Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen where we're already cooking. Today I wanted to make a barbecue sauce. And you know, over the years I've made some quick sauces that were really good, but this sauce has a few more ingredients than your average, but none of them are hard to get, and I'm telling you, this is hands down the best barbecue sauce I've ever had, and I wanted to share that with you today. It's based on Paul Prudhomme's barbecue sauce, and it starts with bacon. I'm just cooking this bacon up, and when it gets a little more color on it, here's what's going in. I have one medium onion that I've diced. This is a spice blend. It's a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, not garlic salt, 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. This is a 1/4 pound of bacon, by the way. And now that I have some nice color in that pan, I'm going to add these onions and the spice blend. I'm going to keep this on high heat and put the lid on it just for a few minutes, maybe about 4 minutes. Now, when the onions soften and start to get a little bit of color, there's going to be a lot of fond on the bottom of that pot, and that's exactly what we want. And what goes into this after the lid comes off, after a few minutes, is I have 1 cup of chicken stock, 1 cup of ketchup, 1/2 cup of honey, 1/3 cup of toasted pecans, which I've roughly chopped, actually that's 3 cloves of garlic. You want 2 large cloves. There's going to be about 1/2 teaspoon of Tabasco, 1/2 of an orange, 1/2 of a lemon that I've juiced, and I've washed these rinds really well, and these are going into the pot. And then we're going to finish it just with a little bit of butter. Again, hands down, the best sauce you've ever had. When I gave this sauce to a friend of mine a few years ago, I gave it to her in a bottle. She and her husband never even made it to the grill with the sauce. They ate the whole bottle with a loaf of bread, just dipping it and eating it. It's really delicious. I hope you try this recipe, guys. I think our onions are right there. Now you want something that is going to get that fond off of the bottom of the pan. In goes the chicken stock. But if you don't have homemade, go ahead and use the store-bought stock. Just get low sodium. Now I'm just scraping all of that fond off of the bottom. At the end of the cooking, everything goes into a blender. Here's the ketchup. Honey. Now this honey, I usually don't measure honey because it's a bother to get out of the container. But what you can do is put a little oil in whatever you're pouring it into, whether it's a measuring cup. Just pour some oil in there and it will come right out. Pecans are going in, the garlic, and then you can just walk away from this for a few minutes. Turn the heat down to medium and just stir this every once in a while. Orange juice and then the rind. Lemon juice, holding my hand over it to get those seeds out, because you'll never find them again. All right, and the lemon goes in too. Cover this back up, let that sit for about 10-15 minutes, stir it just occasionally, and I'll see you after that. About 15 minutes is up, and now it's just time to get the citrus out. I'm going to put a couple dashes of Tabasco in there. Here's 2 tablespoons of butter, just to finish it. That's for just a velvety mouthfeel. And when this melts and after it cools a bit, you just take this to the blender or food processor or immersion blender, whatever you have, and you zip this all up. It comes out as a thin sauce, so you get to use a lot of it. It's really good. And that's it, pretty simple stuff. Very simple. Let me taste this. This is still a little hot. If you have a blender or a food processor, let it cool first before you zip it up. Let me just taste this. And every time I make this sauce, I'm always I'm always blown away by how good it is. It's sweet and sour. The nuts lend like a creaminess to it, but also you get that little nuttiness. There's a little poke of heat. It's really excellent. I hope you guys try this recipe. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. NinaInTheKitchen.net for the recipes, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Thanks again, guys. Bye.